Okay, hello, we're back for Chapter 1, Part 2 of The Three Princes of Serendip by Elizabeth Jamison Hodges. And I just want to say I'm sorry that towards the end of the first video my voice became so rapid. It's a story of great wonder, and I was really trying to get the entire first chapter on one memory card for my own convenience. So moving forward, I'm going to try to just keep at a relaxed pace, and we'll get as far along in each chapter as we get. We've already put my cat Lydian to sleep with the story, despite the rapidness of my voice and the excitement. But I'm going to begin here in just a moment with the last complete paragraph that was included in the previous segment. Oh, look at that, we've woken the beast. Okay, so just to review, this great king has decided that in order to save his country from the dragons that infest the waters surrounding the island land of Serendip, he is sending his three sons out into the world, these princes of Serendip, to find a formula called death to dragons. And the sons are a little bit nervous, but they're really enjoying at this point their ride out of the land of Anuradhapura, the land of Anuradhapura. Okay, and so shall we continue? Leaving Anuradhapura, the brothers went on a way that took them north and west towards the shore of the sea. Never, they thought as they rode along, had Serendip seemed more serene, never more beautiful. In the morning, sunlight fell on the red and yellow blossoms of tall flame trees that grew on either side of the way. At night, moonflowers opened, and the air was fragrant with jasmine. Balakrama, who remember is the oldest brother, rejoiced in beholding clusters of white dove orchids, which, like the flights of small birds, could be seen here and there in the forest. Vijayo, the second brother, stopped to listen to the songs and stories of boys and girls, while Rajasingha, the youngest of the three princes, conversed with all the officials he happened to meet along the way and inquired about their villages. But each of the travelers, as he rode, said in silence to himself, "How can we find a single scroll lost in the great world? And when again shall I see my beloved country?" One afternoon, as they neared the sea, the princes were tired and thirsty. For a moment's rest, they stopped at a farmhouse nestling near a great tank. Here, standing in a rice field beside a grove of palu trees, was a young girl. Her eyes were on the small plants at her feet, and she held a bunch of flowers in her hand. As the three brothers halted, the oldest spoke. "We are travelers," he said, "weary from a long ride and very thirsty. Will you give us some water to drink?" The girl raised her eyes. When Balakrama looked into them, his heart was filled with joy and trembling. This farmer's daughter was as graceful as the jasmine vine, and fairer than any lady he had ever seen. His joy soon disappeared, however, because while he and his brothers waited for her to bring them water, he remembered that he must leave the country without delay. So he trembled once more, this time with fear that he might never see her again. Then, accepting the water she brought him, the oldest prince learned that her name was Podihamine, and that she lived in this place with her father and her mother. After a few moments, he spoke words of thanks and offered the young woman some gold for her trouble, but she would not touch it. Tucking blossoms of white jasmine in her dark hair and giving him a smile, which seemed to Balakrama as sweet as the song of a mountain bird, she bade farewell. So, sadly, and in obedience to the king's decree, the oldest prince departed with his brothers. At last, the young men reached the coast. Here they arranged for some mahouts to return with their elephants to Anuradhapura. The brothers themselves boarded a small ship to cross the strait to India, but each looked longingly at the shore they were leaving, especially Balakrama. As the vessel pulled away, he sang of Podihamine, and with this song the three princes sailed away from Serendip. And this is the pantoum for Podihamine. As she weaves white jasmine in her hair, before we leave the isle by ship, Podihamine is smiling there to charm the sons of Serendip. Before we leave the isle by ship, a bulbul sings in a palu tree to charm the sons of Serendip, and nestles in our memory. A bulbul sings in a palu tree. Podihamine is smiling there, and nestles in our memory, as she weaves white jasmine in her hair. I'm sorry, I lost key just a couple of times in the song. I'm making up the tunes as I read those, so bear with me when I do that. I will hold this here at the end of the video in case you'd like to freeze the video and copy the words. Hopefully they are legible at this distance. And you can create your own music for these words. Here, I'll bring them a little bit closer here. Hopefully the video will focus upon them. Alright, that should be enough for you to freeze the screen and hopefully copy them or sort them for yourself. If not, I suppose that you can listen to my funny singing and write them down that way. This is a wonderful story, and chapter 2 will be called The Lost Camel, and we'll get to that hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to try to get these videos up as soon as possible for everyone to enjoy. Those of you who are finding it later, it's already available. So enjoy the whole story as quickly or with as long a duration as you'd like. I hope that these narrations can be used to help bring peaceful sleep to children, and also to bring some delight and wonder to people of all ages. And that's about it for now. Have a wonderful day.